Alright, welcome back everyone. Today, we will be doing a bit more Darkest Dungeon 2. Decided want to continue and hopefully wrap up the kingdom. But like always, first we give everyone a quick ad, then we get started, so I'll see everyone in just a few minutes. Alright, let's begin. Once again. Oh, just give me one more second here. Pull this down. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all good. We'll be hopefully wrapping this up. Kind of curious how this is gonna go. But we'll see. We shall see. And there we go. Okay. But yeah. We'll be continuing Kingdoms today. I need that. Oh. Second. But you know, no, we'll be continuing Kingdoms, where we last left off. We're avoiding the pots like always. Think we have 23 days to beat this. At most. And we are about to head into the Fetter. I don't remember exactly the situation we were in. I know our bounty hunter has no mastery, which Little worrying, but we'll make do.
The rancid crop grows unchecked.
Oh yeah, we needed to head to an inn to put this on. We have the cursed dagger here, but we need the boiled head equipped for something. Purity will clean it with cool, clean water. Okay, so we probably have to take that to something like, what's it called? An oasis. That's the only thing I can think of that has pure water. Let's see. All allies ahead get defend. Actually, you know what? Hold on. We do that. And then hardest us here. We give you, say... Could do Barristan's head once again. Or a random positive token. That sounds better. Let's see. Do we have an oasis? We do. Okay. Perfect. Let us go for
safe passage along this stretch.
mystery.
A welcome reprieve.
Even though no one wanted it, we will go roll the dice. Ooh, good. I probably should also make my way to another inn that has a physician.
Facing oblivion, these folk have kept their honor. Have you?
Okay. Kind of want the food here. So we'll... Oh! Actually, even better. Pipeweeds. That'll actually help with the relationships and stress. It'll slow us down a little bit, but... Well... That'll be fine. So we got another assistance encounter here. Not too bad. Nice relaxing trip through the fetter here. Let's roll the dice with the stagecoach item. That's a pretty good one. That can, I believe, make bandages and melt soak linen. You have the oasis here, but we don't have the head equipped actually, so it doesn't matter. Ah! Hey, welcome in, Hardy. Decided I wanted to try and finish this up, potentially. Let's see. Go ahead and claim my empowered token. Well then. Heck of a first turn. Let's just remove that. How you doing? No, we talked earlier, but still. Let's see here. Do flashbang, we can shuffle them to the front. Let's just get the damage here for now. Her bat.
Incremental.
Cannon's
but
loaded.
all the same.
and are ready to fire, so let's try and get rid of some of these. Yeah, that's always the worst part about making potatoes is the wait right before they're done. Alright. Let's see. This is immune to everything here. Let's just use Ichor. No dodge still. Let's see. Only a stun resist of 50. Let's go for it. There we go. What do you happen with the potatoes, or is it just potatoes? Personally, every time I have potatoes, I have to... I make basically always loaded baked potatoes. If I'm gonna have one. Right, you're dead.
A brilliant conclusion.
Let's go with that. We do get a stun here if we pull him forward. But he's immune to stuns right now. So let's do a Binding Shadow. Let's go ahead and, I guess, just Hurl Bat here. Because why not? Ow. Well then. Go ahead and heal up. Boom.
Agony by accumulation.
Let's just go ahead and dash forward here. Just get the death blow. Boom, you're gonna transform. And you're gonna slam. You know, I just thought of something. I need to throw the unstable entropy on Kaboom. Because he's always doing stress damage to himself. And then healing it off. If I do that, that's constant token generation for him. Slamming away. But no, I always end up making like loaded baked potatoes with like shredded beef or something in it with tons of like vegetables, like corn, a bit of carrots
In
maybe.
this weighty gloom, a spark.
Actually ended up going to sleep early last night. So, I'm feeling very well rested. On the flip side, all the cats have been super hyper, even Nikita. To where Nikita has actually been running around acting like Jack all day. Playing with all the kittens and all that. Otherwise, if Brian's here, he may be a little excited to hear. I have been trying to get the Dark Souls 2 randomizer set up. Thank you, by Willie Hardy, for lending me, you know, the game technically, since that is in the list there. Since you did that, I was just like, don't have a reason not to anymore. So I'll go ahead and get started trying to get it working and get it optimized here. Not that it should take much optimization as a whole. Other than that, not too much, just a bit of yard work, you know. picking up around the house. I've been needing to do more lately, but stuff like that. Most days for me are luckily quiet. I very much enjoy just, you know, being able to relax and not have to worry too much. Have been looking at some other stuff online, or, you know, stuff like, say, adjustments to the channel, like, just a few little things, stuff like. There was one extension I had seen recently I was actually kind of interested in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try and set it up. There's a voice modulator extension I found that would let you guys control a voice modulator for me.
Our position is under threat.
I thought that might be something funny to do, so I was gonna try and get that set up. Hey, Frisk. And I don't normally get burnt out on the hardest difficulties, but, well, with Kingmaker, it's a very long game. I try not to make it a habit. I mean, hey, just a little bit ago. Yeah, who would have guessed? Unfair is unfair. Almost like it's in the name. But no, how you doing, Frisk? Let's see. Go ahead and get the speed here. Yep, I was doing a meme build with Bite Barbarian. Probably didn't help. Let's be honest here. Technically, the optimal way to do that would have been with Monk. Kineticist is definitely better. I was just trying to have fun with it more so. Wasn't too worried about, like, fully optimizing it, because... Oh. I figured with some of the glitches I was going to be using, it may have not been so bad. I was mistaken. Inquisitor works better in Wrath of the Righteous. By a lot. Because you not only have the more set enemies, but you also have, like, not necessarily more control, but, like, you have a good bit more going on that you can kind of manage and work around with it. Let's see, we'll actually give you Hardest the Kappa here. I think. Well, no. I know what we're gonna do here. We're gonna give you Barristan's Head again. And we're gonna take off the Res Piercing Ring here. Because this is gonna apply more blights, and we'll just swap them out as needed. That also frees up our slot right here. For whatever we need. Yeah, currently we're just doing the new
dawn, a new
Kingdoms.
disaster.
Well, it's both the new mode and the new faction that got released here.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
And yeah, the Tiefling horns kind of clip through everything. One thing we'll also say is Inquisitor, I want to say, had more gear that worked for them. Sorry, grab my coffee here. In Wrath of the Righteous. Yeah, I'm finally getting my coffee.
A simple choice.
Ooh.
At least
Sorry,
it
I'm
should
just
be.
reading how Hardy said he was making his potatoes here. Oh. Yeah, that is a great way of cooking them. Like putting something in the middle while they're cooking. To soften up the
Stumbling and
insides and make it
grasping.
nice and like
Shadows of
smooth
what they
and buttery.
once were.
Let's see. We won't do Binding Shadows. We can try for a Gaunt Kill. Man, I love being able to just apply that immediately. At least get our Empower and set up for the actual kill next turn. Do an uppercut there. Also did apply combo. Not that it matters. You know, come to think of it, Frisk, weren't you doing a campaign at the same time in Kingmaker when I had started that one?
Wanes.
How did that ever go for you? Okay, so I think it was either you or Wooden Mage that did. Okay. Why do I gotta be wasting...
A lesson taught is a lesson learned.
Fair enough. I have a buddy who said Rogue Trader is really good. So,
Trifling matter.
hope you're enjoying it as much as he seemed to have been.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Boom's got a guaranteed crit. Let's go ahead and... I guess just hurl back here. For now. Let's get that guaranteed crit heal. Okay, it doesn't modify or remove extra stress. We can do... We could do Enemesis here. Which does heal Hardisus. There. You know, it's the bleed on him and kills him there.
The smallest variable can make all the difference.
I would be more likely to play the new Oblivion remaster, to be honest. While I didn't mind Skyrim, and I actually did enjoy it back in the day, I always did prefer Oblivion. I feel like Skyrim had some really good set pieces and everything for its quests, but the general quests didn't feel as good as Oblivion's. I may. Honestly, waiting a little bit before it calms down before I try that, and, you know, to get some of the other games on the list out of the way. Since they shadow dropped that one, and I wasn't able to, you know, clear up some of the backlog first. Let's pull you forward.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned.
Thank
Are we all
you,
clear?
Artie, for the
Okay, we're all clear.
notification that
Great.
the camera is
All right,
getting
hit the
blurry.
red button. No, not that button!
There we go. I don't know. I could probably find some way to make it amusing. Who knows? Maybe start a zombie invasion. If that mod ever got updated. Let's go ahead and spread the combo.
A breakthrough.
It'll help us out, actually.
Bravo.
Hey, Baitovsky. No hags in sight right now. Give it a moment. How you doing, by the way? We haven't been thrown in the pot just yet. Or at all, actually. I'm wondering when they're gonna have it to where we go in the pot, rather than just submerge. Oh. Hopefully you're having a good day then. Getting to relax for once. But yeah, I would have to do something special first to make it to where I'd want to go back to just or I should say stream Oblivion. Maybe do a challenge run or something, because I've played that game a lot, so I know a lot about it.
Victory supposes strategy.
At least I used to.
Press on.
And I don't think much has changed. But I also feel like it wouldn't be as entertaining to see me go, because with games I'm familiar with, I have noticed I have the tendency to start doing min-maxy stuff. If I don't start imposing some challenges on myself. I know that can get kind of annoying actually for some people. Oh. I do need to do Baldur's Gate honor mode though, as well. I was thinking about before Brian and actually Tofsky here ended up starting it. I had been talking about it with a buddy because of Patch 8 about to come out. Everyone wants to get in on the shenanigans once again on the Sword Coast. But see, I would still have to do something because I've actually done honor mode with a buddy before. I would have to do like a challenge run version of it, just to make it different for myself. Like, I don't know. It's really good. Druid Grove is honestly, I don't quite think it's the hardest, but it's definitely one of the harder parts of honor mode because it's before you can offset a lot of the tougher stuff. Let's just do a Howling End here. We've already got it set up. If you remember much Tofsky, I won't spoil anything since I know you haven't played much of it. Be very careful about going to certain places early.
An unavoidable end.
In honor mode, because obviously, you know, one place a little too early can ruin it all for you. That's a good one to dodge. I remember that when me and a buddy did that, the last thing we did was the owlbear. Good execution by myself here. And let's just go ahead and finish it off.
Amidst the spoils, an artifact of unparalleled power.
Interesting. That is a better res piercing trinket for Kaboom here. Problem is we wouldn't be able to have this on him too. Well, with the Kappa. We'll leave that for now. I have an idea of how we can use that stress damage one to our benefit here still. Let's see. We'll just be taking every fight here just to try and get the mastery points we're going to need here soon for swapping out people. Because I have a full bounty hunter I need to outfit here on top of everything else. Yeah, I'm very curious how your playthrough's gonna go, since you don't have the knowledge for what would be different with Dirge than others. So that's gonna be very funny, I feel like, and very interesting. Let's go ahead and remove this. Thank you. I figured as soon as I saw, like, it was a gnome, that just is perfect. Oh. And I made a mistake because I was tired last night. It is supposed to be spelled like this, Sofsky. I was just too tired and wasn't thinking, really, when I said it. Which makes it all the better in some ways. I guess there's a double meaning with the light there. You know. Can have it interpreted as he's the light since he's a wizard. Or, you know, you could always have it be, oh, light is in, you know, what I actually meant. Let's go ahead and pull him forward here.
Measure out your violence.
Now, there's a ton of
and
games
apply
I
it
need to go and
judiciously.
do. I still have, one of the next games I definitely am going to be doing, yes to all the above, it also works. Because you know, it'd be funny every now and then change the name and see if people recognize it. If you ever change the character name to that. Just like at certain points we're going to be going through a dark section, change it to actual light. And otherwise change it to the normal meaning. That would be a funny way of handling it. Alright, let's spread the combo here.
Steady yourself.
Ow. We'll make good use of that crit on the beast file, if anything. Let's go ahead and no escape on you. Alright. Let's go ahead and finish off this cultist here. While we can. So we'll set him up there, because Hardisus actually needs to use toe-to-toe one more time. So we'll try and set up the back line here, if anything. We'll still use the beast file for the crit late. That's some hefty blade. Cultist enemies definitely take a little bit longer to kill because of how much block they get. And the fact we don't have an optimized team right now. Let's see. Our best bet is actually to go for you, probably. Get him low enough that one more beast file will end up finishing him off. Actually, after the animesis here, we finish him. I didn't see the blind token. That was a waste. Instead, we'll just cut this one down. Kaboom's still gonna heal here. And let's see. Actually, this 2 to 3 damage kills this one. Yeah, that's dead. Okay, so both in the back are dead. We just gotta deal with the front now. A little slow on the rounds, but hey.
A calculated generosity, but a welcome one nonetheless.
So, out of curiosity, Tofsky, from your limited knowledge, what do you think is going to be the hardest part for you? With BG3. I'm actually very curious about that. I mean, fair. That's a pretty safe assumption. Especially since, you know, they add legendary actions. That is fair. Let's go ahead and use Icker here. Get the blight stacked up. This one's dead, so let's just use Hurlbat here to remove some of this block. I just thought of something nasty I could do here. Hold on. Let's do this again. Further stack that up. Go ahead and add the combo. Just why not? Well, legendary actions aren't... They're not normal, they're, like, specific to the fight, so it depends. But, so, like, it's a set thing the bosses can do. It's not a, like, they just get a free action. So it is dependent on the fight itself. Hey Matthew, how's it going? Yeah, they can run away.
An invariable
you know,
result.
To the grave at least. How's that? How you doing? Yeah, it depends. Like each boss has their own unique one. So I'm just giving you the warning. Like, don't expect them to all perform similarly. They all perform in their own way. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the imperfect antidote here. That still gives us token generation. Honestly, this is probably better right here. Because we're going to get stress damaged a lot being in the front. And this will cause this to get more use. I don't really need the base crit there as much. Yeah, I think that's good. But I thought of something with Kaboom here. He's normally stressed out, so if we were to give him this... Actually, let's try that. Rather than giving him this first, I want to see. Because if he gets up to 5 stress, we can go ahead and do that, which will apply a essentially 15 damage dot to everything. Yeah, Matthew, you're still alive, by the way. We just don't have you on the team currently because of fatigue, but you were actually cutting up things pretty nicely as our Plague Doctor. Actually, I think we've kept all the named characters alive. By the way, if anyone wants a character named after you, you know, feel free to mention. We got a few characters named, but we could always use more.
The inn stands
Helps
steadier
me
than it once
try
was.
to keep them alive.
But will it be enough?
At least sometimes. Other times, it seems like the game singles out my named people. What are the traits? Some bad traits
Let
may
them
seem
come.
bad at first, but actually are
Let them
better.
break against the bulwark of our
And you can
defense.
kind of use them to lock out other quirks. Let's go ahead and apply Fire Starter to you, because I think you hit both of the front rows here. Fire on the pot. Manias are bad. There's a few others you really want to get rid of. Disease resist down is normally pretty bad because it will end up crippling characters later. That's one I always try and get rid of. Another one is increasing stress quirks are always like some of your top priorities. We get a guaranteed crit here, so let's do a burn.
Excellent work.
Alright. Fire on the pot once again. Then we'll single out that last one there. Let's go ahead and do this. Get our defense up. We'll go ahead and heal them while we can. We don't want our defenders dying on us and leaving the runaway in the front. They haven't thrown anything in the pot either, which is why I'm hesitant to focus it immediately right now. Jeez. Imposter sin, yeah. That is just no. Hell no. I hate imposter syndrome with a passion to begin with. But that is, I think I do have to agree with Toski, that's too much gold to invest. Right, Fulging Burn's gonna happen. We do live because we healed him. Get another burn in. Another shot. Yeah, just let him go to oblivion. Unless you're on Blood... Well, actually, no, if you're on Blood Moon, that matters even more, because dismissing doesn't count as death. I almost forgot about that. I don't know why I was under the assumption dismissing counted there. Let's go ahead. Let's make you vulnerable here. And blind. And set up a combo for our other people here. We'll continue defending our runaway here, because we're going to heal him. They should burn to death.
Problems have their solutions.
And then the pot should just
Even the
do
big ones.
standard buffs, which are no big deal. Alright. We do get bonus damage here. Let's take that bonus damage. We will damage the pot here because we don't want it blowing up on us. Too bad. Go ahead and get rid of the corpse here. Try and blow up the pot to get a burn on him. Good miss. Very good miss there. And there we go. We can now target them freely. Because unlike in the first game, when an enemy is stealth, but they're the last enemy, you can still target them. As long as you have no corpses or anything else. Which is actually a very nice change. Alright, so we have actually managed our sieges extremely well. We do need to go to the Wainwright and equip the quest item here. Definitely need to repair there.
What can be taught, that you may stand just a little
yeah,
at the end.
Exactly. They've done some very good changes in this. Well, it's a Renault, so I have to say, do not get rid of him, even though... Thanadophobia is honestly... Yeah, other than Curious, the only one I would immediately remove. Fear of Undead... Or the Fear of Unholy kinda sucks, since it's a Crusader, but is not... It's manageable. At least. Yeah, let's go ahead and have remove guard here. Let's go ahead and get come hither here, upgraded. Let's upgrade Flashbang. And let's get Caltrops in case we go against the general. Let's go ahead and upgrade Adrenaline Rush here. And I think we're sitting pretty here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and upgrade Backlash too. Gordon. Let's take off Collect Bounty. Let's throw on Finish Him. Let's take off Bodyguard here. Throw on Come Hither. Got Flashbang. So we have our stun for the front position. That we can actually set up first turn with myself. Now that we have
Precious
the
relics remind us
what's
of
it
a
called?
time before the end.
The Ring of Ears here, the trophy necklace. Alright, did we get much alcohol? We did not. So I'll grab one. I do want more of these. Those are pretty good. Continue feeding that. Okay, we've got mostly positives here. Let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Yeah, if anyone wants one of the characters, just feel free to mention it. Like our bounty hunter here is not named. You have a whole list right
Each
here.
day brings new obstacles and new opportunities.
Like we got our Crusader here, Renault. He's not named. We've got the Duelist. We've got a few. Matthew's the only one named that's not in the party right now. They are actually nearly healed. This is true as long as you take the right team. Levels are suggestions. Just very strong suggestions in some cases. Why, heck, there's an achievement for going into the darkest dungeon with, what was it, level 0s? So clearly the game expects you to be able to beat it, right? You know, just stuff like that. I'm just trying to see what I need to do here. Let's go ahead and do this.
Supply
We
lines
can get the
and
path swap
swords.
going. I think
This
we're gonna
is
make
how wars
Artisus
are
here,
won.
rather than being a Ravager that's stuck in the front only. Let's go with Carcass. Yeah. That'll make him very tanky. And I think what we'll do is we'll give this to them, because that's going to be constant in power, which will help get over the weaknesses of doing this. We can also do Barristan's head here. And that will give myself some more block, since I can't generate it normally. We need to go deliver this. That is an amazing trinket for Anatomus. Anatomus, jeez. Apparently got Battle Brothers on the brain. Our Flagellant. Let's do bleed out here. If it bleeds. Go to toe still. We will still do Adrenaline. Let's get Bloodlust here. And we'll swap the skills up a little bit. I think that's good. We'll still upgrade Howling End as well for, you know, the chance of it being very strong. And we'll do that right there. Have a good option of abilities here. So we want to remove... because Artisus is still going to start in the front. Let's see. Let's remove that. We'll throw on Bleed Out. Remove Howling End, throw on If It Bleeds. That gives us a lot of position 3 ability to hit here. And yeah, actually remove Iron Swan, throw on Bloodlust. Alright.
Hardships be damned. The day is upon us.
Rolf of Polva. Well. On. We'll just do it like this. They will be the leper. Destined for greatness. Just doesn't always see it. And we do have to head here. So we can actually go pick them up in a moment. Let's go ahead and have you start heading over. We can put you over here so I can modify you.
Your champions judiciously.
We'll go back through the tundra here for a moment. We do have the head equipped now, so I need to make a quick trip to the nearest oasis. And let me just make sure we've got all the right combat items here. Yeah, we're good to go. Okay, good. Let's rest and get moving.
Aspiration unites the hopeful. While the heart
Let's see,
still
right
beats,
now when it's selected.
desire will never die.
Yeah, Matthew, you never want to put a musketeer in position 2. Funny enough, you can actually put Plague Doctor in position 2 if you run Incision and have a still very decent character, I want to say, because I think Plague Doctor can use Emboldening Vapors, their
The
heal.
destination's never in question. Only the route you take to get there.
Agreed.
I trust you have calculated your odds carefully.
You can, like,
Will not
do
be
a
easy.
lot still from position 2. Oh, is it no heals? That's still pretty good. Because the Musketeers can pick up the healing, to be honest.
The
Oblivion's
hulking
rampart.
horror inside will not fall easily.
to swap to skills, I think, on our bounty hunter? Oh, no, we did. Okay. I just forgot about it. Let's go ahead and do... Let's go ahead and do a blood... Actually, Bloodlust removes that. So we'll do this first. We'll get our block tokens here. Definitely want to go ahead and set up a stun on you. So let's do that. And we will Binding Shadows here. And since we have our block tokens now, we can actually use toe-to-toe and move up. Ah, we have to pull him first. So let's do that. We'll set up the stun then. Go ahead and use Beast File. Don't mind the occultist in the front, he's fine. Yeah, I guess that you do get negative accuracy. Actually, position 2, you still have the stun, right? You still have Disorienting Blast. You just don't have the double stun. Now that I think about it. Let's go ahead and heal myself. Well, I'll take it. I got a crit. Let's see. Go ahead and use Bloodlust here to save the Empowered for a moment, since we're about to need some blocking. Let's go ahead and do... Let's do some Ichor here. That'll spread the combo. Good miss there. And what we can do... Go ahead and stun this one. Good crit. Very good, actually. That's 8 damage. They're not dead, but they're close. One Beast File does finish it off. And then we can use a Flash Grenade here. I can go ahead and claim that combo as well. Right, we can't hit the final position. We'll do this instead. That will allow us to get rid of the dodge guaranteed. Go ahead and hit you with an if it bleeds.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
We'll get our block stack here. And there's the Beast Pile. Okay. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people prefer the 2-spot stun because, well, it's very strong. I actually do like shuffling because it allows you to hit positions you normally can't. With a lot of characters, while also still getting a stun, and it's not limited use. So in long fights, like if you're going into the farmstead, I always use that over the normal stun you would use. For that very reason. Well, it's strong in general, not even just for disrupting. It's also strong for being able to hit positions you normally can't. So like, say you stun the position for cultists. Because it's a shuffle, they also move to position 1. Or, like, they move up heavily. Yeah, kind of. If you have someone marked, the fungal zombies do extra damage to mark, so it can be
Calculated
useful there.
generosity. What a
Still,
welcome one,
and it does
nonetheless.
disrupt them, but the fungal artillery definitely does do a lot of extra stuff when you hit them with movement. That's not good for you. Let's go ahead and do a bleed out.
Malaise, measured and steady.
Yeah, that's... I can see where you wouldn't want to do that for that reason. But, well, at least I have the regeneration on, so... Alright. This isn't painless, but let's do
Excellent
this.
work.
Okay, we didn't get the days. That's unfortunate. Just go ahead and do Beast Bile here, 'cause why not?
A slow dissection.
We want to get around 5 stress
an
with the build.
unavoidable end.
There we go.
A steady subtraction.
Yeah.
An invariable result.
Yep. We will go ahead and do a come hither here just to delay the turn. Because I do want Artisus to heal up here. And we can do that with Adrenaline. There we go. Alright, we're in a good position for the second fight. Times like these where I'm very thankful we have that necklace. Because I can actually set up a stun on this guy right here that buffs him. Go ahead and do a bleed out to remove the weaken. We can set up Bloodlust second. But yeah, we want to stun him, so we'll go ahead and set that up. And at the same time, let's go ahead and do a Binding Shadows. Perfect. Go ahead and do Peace File here. Kind of upset he resisted, but it works. And we get the stun here. Alright. Well then. What? Not looking forward to seeing what the mountain boss brings us, Hardy? Alright. Let's at the same time go ahead and use no escape here on you. Aw. No stun, but we did get combo. Let's see. We can actually stress heal if we do that, but let's spread that combo.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
They weren't actually, Hardy. We did end up seeing them when we took a quick trip down to the catacombs. Briefly, but we did see them. We'll go ahead and bleed that one out, Hardy. Keep your block stacks up. There we go.
Large.
That's a kill. Alright.
Excellent work.
Keep that beast bile coming. Boom. Good miss on disharmony. You're actually dead. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get the blind in. while we have the block stacked, we'll be saving up here. Let's go ahead and Bloodlust to remove the fatigue here. Thundering Steel is fine, especially if I get a crit. Alright. Go ahead and do If It Bleeds. Next turn, we are going to do toe-to-toe.
A breakthrough.
Okay, you're still dead, so we don't have to worry about you. And there we go. Weight of the World's not too bad. Go ahead and just finish off that armor. Keep hitting him here. I actually like how swapping you over, Hardy, on this because it does. Hold on. Turn start. +1 speed for battle. If above 8 speed, positive tokens. If above 12, remove combo extra action. Holy crap. That is very strong. That's actually probably not bad at all. Ooh. Yearning Despair. Plus damage in max health, but less healing received in Blight, Bleed, and Burn res.
Loathing made manifest.
What are you? Exemplar. Okay, you've got quite the moves list. Let's go ahead and mark him with combo. Let's pull this one out of position. Prelude. Abomination is one of those, I don't use him enough because he doesn't fit my playstyle, but I do appreciate the character a lot. For like their aesthetics and everything. Let's beast file here.
Malaise.
I think I'm gonna have to transform next turn. The Fall. Okay. Let's go ahead and stun that one. Ooh. Hurting a little bit here, so let's fix that. Wait, fatigue healed? Oh yeah, no, we didn't give you the suit. What? That's fair. It is worth it to fight without Torchlight, Matthew. You get... The fights are harder, but you get a lot more money. And... something else, you also, there's more crits as a whole. Both for you and against you. So if you're trying to fish for crits to, like, finish fights quicker, it can technically help you a lot. Okay, we have no dots on them, so let's go ahead and do... You've got a ton of stun res. Let's do this. We'll do come hither. Yeah. You get more money, and there's more crits as a whole. you take increased stress damage and you don't have the accuracy buffs that highlight gives you, but it can be very effective. Let's go ahead and try and get a dot here. That'll also spread the combo here. And we can keep spreading that combo back and forth. And you're not quite dead, but you're nearly there. Alright, so we can leave you alone. Let's go ahead and do another beast pile here.
You may outwit
We
them
did get
yet.
some of the blight at least. Okay. Okay. Let's use one of our healing
Calculated
salves here
generosity.
to prevent me from
What a
hitting death's
welcome
door.
one,
And let's
nonetheless.
go ahead and dash forward here. And taunt that while we have the block plus. Okay, don't focus anything else, focus him. Understood. Okay, we did get the stun, perfect. So in that case, let's go ahead and draw this. So we'll be fine. Okay, not bad. We can take the horror. Let's go ahead and spread the regeneration. And then we transform next turn. And that will give us a way to start beefing up our damage here. Perfect. Double stun. Alright. We'll go ahead and get Adrenaline Rush active. That'll keep us off death's door and allow us to just keep up the offense. Let's see. Do this for the Empower.
Bravo!
There we go. Alright. Because he's very resistant, honestly, to, what's it called? Let's go and use that holy water. He's very resistant to dot, so we're just gonna have to pump out the damage here.
The slow suffering begins.
That's not great. I will have to heal him here. Nice. Alright, let's at least get the combo on him.
Fellowship
Good
forged
heal.
through toil.
We can fix that with another adrenaline too in a moment. Let's just go ahead and do. Let's do rake. That way we're not moving out of the front here. We can use another healing salve to get up in health. Actually, we didn't need to do that because we... Right. Let's do this. We'll go ahead and taunt. And we'll keep seeing if we can get that stun. Nothing. Okay. That is an amazing event. That actually saved, or I should say nearly saved one of my first ever Blood Moon attempts. And did save another one, actually, I think. Or at least made it much easier. Alright, keep up toe-to-toe. We'll actually slam here and bring her, or bring Hardisus into position 2. They're actually gonna function better in this fight in position 2. I think. Ooh, nice. Well, we can't do position 2 because I did toe-to-toe. Alright. Probably gonna have to transform the Abomination here. Go ahead and stun you.
The sum total of violent equation, unfavorably rounded down.
Oh.
Incremental.
At least we're learning
They
this
all the
guy.
same.
Alright. Let's transform back for a moment. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have that much light penetration here. So I do need resistance piercing for him. And he actually doesn't put block on himself, so our trinket doesn't work on him. Do that for now. So we do have speed. Well, Artis has made it through most of the kingdom.
Sweat-soaked brows, unsteady
not all of it.
stances. Exhaustion takes hold.
No kidding, exhaustion here.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
It is indeed. Let's see. I don't have a way to bring you up normally. So I think what we'll have to do is we'll move up here. I will say I wasn't expecting a whole lot of heavy dots like this too. That kind of surprised me a little bit. We're getting every dot here, rather than just some of them. Still binding shadows. That puts Kaboom in the perfect position to be healing. If they live. Okay.
Lethality writ large.
Come on. No stun.
An unforeseen complication.
Oh. This guy is rough. Have we seen all his moves, actually?
What can we learn
We
upon
have.
closer inspection?
So, let's see. Exaltation is just a big hit. Prelude has a blight component. Yeah. Okay. So really, what you have to do with this guy is just you just have to let him be like help for the whole fight. I spent too much time controlling the backline, thinking it mattered for the fight. There's still a chance. It is a bounty hunter left. Yeah, because he's just gonna kill him anyways and cycle him out. there is no point, and you just have to focus him.
Once again, teetering on that terrible precipice.
Alright, Death's Door of the Blight.
A solitary life, a sudden death. Who knows
We
what
should
this
keep
one
everything
leaves
still.
behind?
Also,
Humbled
it
by
does-
exposure and
Oh, boy.
neglect, this ramshackle inn is a welcome sight, nevertheless.
down a bit. Oh, yep. Thank you, Artie. Sorry, I was messing with the webcam
Our
and
position is
didn't
under
think about it.
threat. The enemy looks to test our mettle.
There we go. Yeah, I was messing with the webcam, trying to figure out where it was best, like if there was a better spot for it. Where it looks a little nicer. Was originally going to do Battle Brothers, so had it in the bottom corner and just shifted it back. But forgot about chat there for a second.
Precious relics
Well.
remind us of a time before the end.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and any of the classes that were already named. Go ahead and do. Actually, yeah, that works. Kaboom can be the abomination. Still, I was thinking about maybe making him the Vestal again. But that's the only duplicate class we got. I do have it to where our classes respawn. We have underground access now, which is huge. I don't have to worry about that anymore. We have to head down here anyways.
Be mindful.
So let's send our
Travel
man-at-arms
is not
down.
without risk.
Send the bounty hunter down. Let's see. Interesting. That'll be useful for the witches. We do need to give out trinkets. Our leper's definitely taking the ears. Shieldbreaker is a very good one. Arguably the best character in the game. In many ways.
Tend the fires.
Alright, let's go ahead and
We may see
do
this
this.
battle through
We've got
to its haggard
we don't have enough
end.
money for the path change. That's unfortunate. I was hoping we
One
would.
learns
We don't even have
quickly
mastery.
when survival demands
Well, I
it.
guess we're just taking what we're given. Which means no healing skills. So all the healing is going to have to come from our trinkets here. Do we have a way to get... We do have a way to get blocked. Probably don't want that on you. We probably want something for damage or on killing blow. Highwayman's only got damage though. Let's see. You can manage your own stress, so let's give you Barristan's head. Rolf of Pulva. I have a feeling that's gonna be necessary here. Make them stay alive. And let's also give you... Let's give you the Ghastly Gruel. Just so we have the potential for healing every turn. Dismiss will take that, and the Sharpness Charm. We'll hope for the best.
A new dawn. A new disaster.
I'm just gonna let the Miller house go. We're gonna send you, Matthew,
Distribute your
down.
champions judiciously.
And we're just gonna have to go through the Tangle. Alright. Oh. Alright. Let's see, a few days ago.
War. Rewards only.
What'd you find,
Resignation.
Pennywise or something? Is that how he teleported the car?
Our once familiar kingdom.
Just wanted to spread a
stranger
bit of
to
chaos
itself.
around, maybe? Alright, let's do that. That should be good. These two kind of pair well together. The duelist and... Yeah, not without a healer. Or healing skills. We would have gotten a crit token plus speed. Sure. I don't think it's enough to get us through both. Especially with no mastery for any of these characters. I do like it. I'm fine with both. They both have their benefits. I like how in DD1 you can actually backtrack and everything. We actually need this mastery here, so let's go ahead and take the fight. But I can understand where some people may not like it. Because you don't have the, like, curios and everything like you did in DD1. But both are good in their own way. Go ahead and hit the drummer. I do need to hit that back line if I can. The problem is I don't know that I can. Go ahead and put you in a stance. Urge the unworthy. Please don't. Let's see. This has double the chance for knockback. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we didn't get it. You can't purchase supplies.
Agony by accumulation.
So you can't purchase stuff to interact with curios, which means you can't make money. You know, stuff like that. Oh, your move resist is just so high I can't do it. That means we have to go for you. Just try and hit position 3 as much as we can. Go ahead and withstand here for a moment. And we'll move him back forward in as well. This is kind of crap that we have no position for, like, abilities here. Because it means I can't get to the actual priority target who can revive someone. Yeah, exactly. Because without money, you can't get all the important stuff like, you know, your bandages, stuff like that. So it can actually be quite detrimental. Yeah, what does the most damage here? This. Yeah. We don't even have a way to swap out of aggressive here. And the random skills can actually be quite detrimental. It's fine, though. I guess let's go ahead and set up the double cross. And we'll move forward. Rope of Volva. Whose taunt and block are gone. They are vulnerable. Okay, we resisted the taunt. Let's see. That's pretty good. He does get buffed when he's in Death's Door rather than nerfed. But if we can get rid of him and the drummer, I can reach the back line. Easy enough. Okay, that's pretty bad. Okay, we made the check. We've got a speed token, so let's do this. They've already gone. Ow. Let's go ahead and flick. Could do Duelist Advance, but that would pull us out of position. Let's go ahead and set up for removing the drummer here. Actually, wait, I've got a way I can still get rid of him. We've got to get to first position, but I can do that. Do this. Should have technically done this first, but it'll be fine. We're gonna use Purge to finish him off.
This is no time to falter.
Kinda hate they had a speed token there, but it doesn't really matter.
Outmatched at last.
About what I was expecting. Ooh. Let's go ahead and remove the drummer for a moment. They'll do serve once more. Sure. But if we purge here,
All problems
there's
have
no
their
corpse.
solutions, even the big ones.
Alright. And we can keep taunting and, like, keeping them dealt with here. There we go.
He was mourned years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Now he is.
I just
simply
remembered the, forfeit. That's a solid, what? A solid 60 curls. I think it's 10. Or no, it was.
sweat-soaked brows,
Well,
unsteady.
for the amount of death,
stances,
since it was a team wipe, we'll do
takes hold.
40 for them. Oh. Already cheering it on. Alright, let's just get out of the way. Board got tangled here. Over there. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
The blood
16,
of the valorous
17,
and cowardly alike
18,
soaks this tainted
19,
soil.
20, 21, 22, 23. Let me get out of this real quick. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Alright. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40. 3, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60. Oh. Oh. Alright. Oh. Well then, get rid of our poultices here. Honestly, I'll get rid of the tokens for now. Hey. I will also toss... At this point, we can probably toss the loom. I don't think I'm going to be able to make use of Eyes of the Void. Not easily, at least. So we'll toss it. Sure, we'll toss the operating table. And we'll toss Death's Head. Why not? Oh. I wish I had just a bit more mastery, but, well...
A refreshing commune unburdens the mind.
At last, an end to its incessant barking. Witch Slayer. And a purified skull, and we must be in
Your
escalation 3.
coach is laden.
Well,
You can carry no more.
good thing we just hit that. Let's toss the 4 baubles. Alright. Let's see if we can recover this. I have now learned, though, do not be greedy. Do not seek out the mountain boss in Escalation 2 or 3. That was rough. At least not without a super heavy damage team. Since, he doesn't really care about dots as much. Though he does have double action, so I guess dots would work if you had enough res piercing. Which was my mistake there. I should have taken off the eyes and stopped trying to make them work on Kaboom and
These
instead thrown on that.
crumbling ruins may yet have some
That
shelter
would have
to
actually
offer.
probably been enough damage there. At least we got... Okay. That's undefended. What do we have here? Partisans.
Be
Send
mindful.
Renault over.
Travel on foot is not without risk.
We'll let them defend. Bonnie can head up.
Distribute your champions judiciously.
Because Rolfapolva died before they even got really to do anything. There we go. Surely it won't curse him too. Alright.
Expertise.
Oh hey look,
and
our duelist came
experience.
back.
This
Ready
one
for
will
round
serve.
2. What do you got now? Okay, so you got preparation. Do you have anything to swap? Yes. Okay, so you can actually swap and do normal things for a duelist. Matthew, you're good to go. Let's go ahead and give out the booze. Well, the booze failed me. Alright, Dismas, take the water. Matthew, you'll take the water over the, what's it called? The healing salve. Let's see. We don't really benefit from combo right now, so let's just make sure we have plenty of healing. And what we can do here, you're gonna generate a lot of tokens, so that's worth it, and we'll give you the bone saw for the crit. Actually, rather than the salve here. And we'll hope that's good enough.
Who remains
Make
come
it.
morning?
To the next.
Who numbers among the fallen?
We at least have a healer in the form of you, Matthew. So it works. Not ideal, but it works. And we embark. Oh. Escalation 3 kind of just really put the screws to us here. And we have no idea what's ahead of us. 40% damage and 50% health. And the first thing we get is a fight. Alright, let's see. Go ahead and use Noxious Blast on you, Matthew. Get rid of that one first. Let's go ahead and disengage here just to start getting our tokens here. Okay. Go ahead and set up an open veins here. Try and get that bleed with Dismas. This one's dead after a little bit more damage. Clearing Call's not too bad in this moment. Alright. Let's go ahead and stack some Blight on this one now. Because with, let's see, if you disengage again, it doesn't kill. Let's do Touche. Not quite a kill there. We do cause them to bleed. They're dead now. So we will ignore them and just focus this one. Let's do double cross here. That'll remove our vulnerability right before the crit.
Hold fast.
Ow.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond.
Matthew does have the heals. We
There
use
is
that though
comfort in
instead.
company.
Get just a little bit. How much would cause of death do here? 16? Let's do this, then let's do cause of death. That'll guarantee the kill in one move. Go ahead and start working through this dodge. Oh. Hey, Kaboom! How's it going?
And now, the greatest test of all.
You missed it. I guess you're not missing as much. We're in a death spiral here I'm trying to get out of currently. May have bitten off a little bit more about that. We may have bitten off a little more than we could chew a moment ago. Let's go ahead and start working on the Herald here too. We may have challenged a mountain boss, which is the region we're in right here, and he may have wrecked us. Something fierce, because I didn't understand. That's the first time I had seen that boss, and did not understand anything about it. Okay, we got low damage there. That's unfortunate. Yeah. The problem is, I had just spent all my saved up mastery on that same team, thinking they would be lasting for a while. So not only am I having to take fights while we're in a weakened state, try and get out of the hit here, we're also having to try and get an actual team together.
Malaise,
Disengaging for the dodge.
measured and steady.
We just had another team wipe happen. Almost there, and that's another 10 dumbbell lifts. Oh. Let's see. Definitely need to put you in front. The game is fun.
The fiend's strength.
I mean, we only failed once, and it just caused a bit of a downward spiral. We're just tearing on after that.
An interminable conflict.
It'll be fine, though. We just gotta get our foothold back. Go ahead and flip again. Everything's fine. We're totally not on fire right here. Alright. Go ahead and do that. How are you healing yourself? That's my question. Hold on, let me look at that. It's not just happening on killing blows, though. Oh. That's how. Let's go ahead and...
Anxiety foments
Nice, we got the crit.
fears.
Well, Matthew's guaranteed to live, I think.
The blood of the valorous and cowardly alike soaks this tainted soil.
Alright, that's another 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh. Oh. But yeah, we renamed the Abomination after you again, unless you want the Vestal, Kaboom. Because we did roll a Vestal as one of the replacement characters. Don't mind the bullets. That's just all the ones we're dodging that are pinging off his armor. Oh. Thank you, already. Yeah. You get your replacement here. Probably shouldn't have taken this fight, but, you know, we're just making all the bad decisions here, right now. Also, should have swapped these two. I can go ahead and use preparation here to get our offensive stance.
Incremental. but
It'll also
deadly
give us
all
some
the
block
same.
here for a moment. And that'll help us work through this armor. Because we're definitely going to need to kill him. Partially because I can't reach the others. Yeah. And we just ignore it with flick here. Why do you have to get wasting? Why do we only get wasting disease? We get some big dots though, so it's not too bad. We get hit big in return though. Alright, that's almost the break point, but not quite. As long as he doesn't do any stress, which is asking a lot, we should be fine here. Yeah, let's just keep doing flick.
And now, the greatest test of all.
Ow.
Fellowship.
The
forged
fact 8
through
health is
toil.
half of their health, almost. Okay. One of these needs to go, then. Only move. I was hoping it would shuffle to the front here. There we go. I think we actually need to use our bone saw. And you resist the blast.
The mind's grasp grows tenuous.
Our retreat button's looking mighty tempting. I don't know that we're gonna get the chance.
Nothing
Okay, I feel
can
like there's a
survive
death
such
blow modifier
wholesale
when you have lower
organic
amounts of people.
failure.
Well, there you go, Matthew. Alright. You know, for the first attempt on the Coven, that's not too bad. Yeah, I think I would actually use that one. So the Unnatural Owlet's also really good. Let's go ahead and toss these. Let's see if we can even make it to the end. Probably not, to be honest. Let's see. Well, the end's under siege. I know we have the girls to do. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
You
7.
must be strong
8,
enough to shoulder
9,
more than your
10.
share of the
Do him
burden.
with that arm. Oh. Good. Alright. We'll get the light. I definitely don't care for duelists because of the low health pool, for sure. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this stuff. What I think we'll do is... This run's probably lost.
This is no place for decent folk.
We'll pick this up again. Around probably next weekend. We'll try again. You know, just keep trying for the win. I just want to see how bad it would be
Scavenge
first before.
what you can, and be
Yeah,
off once more.
yeah, this run is almost guaranteed lost here. As much as we've got here, I just don't have any mastery to get back to a point where I can recover it. So we'll count that as a loss. That's another 100 arm curls. And we will swap games here. I will swap over